Hello everyone, my name is Professor Fartkiller, and welcome back to Learning Legacy Words with me. Today we'll be covering chapters 5, 6, and 7, talking about the history of each pioneer that helped legacy words prosper and flourish into the grand practice it is today. We'll revisit the history of each of these pioneers and review their accomplishments over the years so that we can piece the puzzle of the origin of legacy words. The three main pioneers of legacy words are Epixel, Zykrov, and of course, myself, Deathkiller 1, 2, 5, 6. Around 7 years ago, Epixel would lead the followers of the Immortal Legacy throughout the world of Roblox. They created and visited many different groups on their path, leaving their mark everywhere they went. The most notable groups Epixel led would all eventually fall, but would return in a new fashion each time, carrying their legacy on with them. Epixel himself would be the pioneer of many different eras that would set the basis of legacy words, and that would lead to its creation in the future. However, you'll notice that Epixel did eventually die from an unfortunate tragedy. What I'm about to play is the report that came after his tragic death.
At 10:30 a.m. on June 17, 2020, Epixel was found dead on the bathroom floor of Pablo's Italiano restaurant in Bloxburg. The wounds inflicted on the body included jugular lacerations and mutilation of the genitals. Current suspects include Joe, also known as Meatball 6, and of course the close friend and mentor of Epixel, Vexire. Both suspects are still at large, but both can't be denied nor confirmed as the killer. It's noted that Epixel's friends, who were also at the restaurant and called the police, did not see the murder responsible and did not mention whether they wished to press charges on the restaurant for faulty security. The police say they may never find the murderer responsible for the death of Epixel, but what we do know is that Epixel was a great leader and an even better man. Rest in peace, Epixel, for we will never have it.
Vexire inherited the rule from Epixel, and would then lead the legacy into Arcane Odyssey, which inevitably would lead them in the Great War against Suncry, which would end in a controversial draw between the two. But if you ask recent historians, the answer you receive is that they lost the war against Suncry. Vexire, however, has moved on to better things, so they say, although many reports that the legacy currently resides in troubling times. It's no doubt, however, that Vexire will lead their people into a better age in time. Zykrov was an outsider that eventually found the legacy as they were making their mark on the world. He was inspired and dedicated his obsessions toward the legacy, bringing about many different eras the legacy would practice. One of the most notable eras influenced by Zykrov would be the Obama era, in which the legacy would act out the ways of our fallen president. Zykrov was also the sole pioneer of the Thug Shaker era and the legacy. Although its popularity would eventually spread and encapsulate the entirety of the internet, Zykrov would single-handedly bring its culture to the doorstep of Crimson Crescent, and ultimately, the legacy itself. Last, but certainly not least, is myself. Deathkiller would be a loyal servant to the legacy since its formation. He would continue to serve throughout the years, though the tragedies and failures, as well as the successes and upbringings. He would be the pioneer of many eras himself, and the creator of a concept of legacy words. Although Deathkiller did create the concept of legacy words, it wouldn't have been possible without the legacy itself. Some honorable mentions of pioneers that helped form and inspire legacy words would be Spooky Ghost and Shuzuo. Spooky, although being a new addition to the legacy, was irreplaceable in the war against Suncry. He also single-handedly brought back the GregTech era to modern times. He's also quite the Dark Souls gamer, not being a filthy mage build. Shuzu, on the other hand, was the only one responsible to help Deathkiller bring about the Fart Attack era, as well as being the best Rogul player to ever grace Roblox. And yes, of course, he played Dark Souls 2. However, Shuzu in recent times has had a limited involvement in the legacy. Many mourn his disappearance and his loss, but he won't be forgotten until he can grace the legacy with his presence once again. Today we learned that over the years, the immortal legacy has gone through the trials and tribulations of life, and although legacy words are without flaw and function, its upbringing was a long and hard process that required something the cruel world can't deliver for free. In the coming years, legacy will change and evolve, and if legacy words wishes to be embedded into history, it will have to do the same. Thanks for stopping by and learning about legacy words with me. But before you go, I'd like to ask for your help. The immortal legacy is currently going through dark times known as the fart era. It's a plague that's intruded the mind of everyone and everything. Dark times are ahead, and we need your help to escape this era so that we can move forward to better times. This message is a call for help. God save us from this nightmare.